At a family dinner, my father-in-law lifted his glass for a toast. To the only woman I ever believed was worthy of my son, he declared. My husband, Ethan, chuckled lightly, while the rest of the table stared at me, their glasses raised in silence. I excused myself to the restroom, my heart sinking. There, behind a slightly askew towel, I found a framed photo of his ex, tucked away but not discarded. That night, I moved it to the main hallway, placing it where everyone could see the ghost they still cherished. I've been married to Ethan for nearly 2 years, together for 4. We met at our workplace, clicked almost instantly, and moved in together after about 9 months. Our relationship wasn't flawless. He's reserved, sometimes distant, but I'm not perfect either. I overanalyze, read too much into moments, feel things deeply. I admit that. When we started dating, Ethan mentioned his ex, Leela. They'd been together for 5 years, nearly engaged, until she ended it. That was all he shared, and I didn't pry, not wanting to seem jealous. I told myself his choice to be with me was enough. The first time I met his family, his mother asked if I baked like Leela did, tossing it out with a laugh that cut deeper than she intended. His sister mentioned how Leela used to watch her children for free, how they missed her at family gatherings. His father, he said little, but his gaze was always distant, never warm. Still, I kept trying. I cooked for them, set the table, brought his mom roses, played with the kids. I thought I was earning my place, slowly weaving myself into their family. Last weekend, we went to his parents for dinner. Nothing grand, just his immediate family and a cousin visiting from out of town. His mom made a pot roast. We brought a bottle of red wine. The evening felt routine until his father raised his glass at the meal's end. To the only woman I thought deserved my son, he said, no name spoken, but the meaning was clear. The cousin looked puzzled, expecting a laugh or clarification. Ethan, he just smirked as if it were a harmless quip. No one spoke up. No one stood up for me. My chest tightened, cold. I forced a faint smile, mumbled an excuse, and slipped to the bathroom to compose myself. I didn't want them to see my tears. Sitting on the tub's edge, I noticed a towel hanging unevenly. Behind it was a frame, partially concealed. I pushed the towel aside, and there was Leela, smiling with Ethan at some old family outing. The photo was faded but preserved, hidden, not removed. I replaced the towel, splashed water on my face, and returned to the table silent. That night, as we were leaving, I lied, saying I forgot my scarf upstairs. Alone, I retrieved the photo and placed it in the front hallway, among their family portraits. Wedding photos, grandkids' pictures, right in the center, level unmistakable. I walked out, smiling, claiming I'd found my scarf. I didn't tell Ethan. I wanted to see how long it would take for someone to notice, to feel what it's like to be unseen. The photo stayed. A week passed, then 2. We returned to his parents the next Sunday. I walked in, pulse racing, but no one mentioned it. Not his mom, not his dad, not Ethan. The photo remained as if it had always belonged there. That evening, I paused before it as we left, staring at her smile. The frame was spotless, no dust. Someone had touched it, accepted it. I started noticing more. A jasmine-scented candle by the fireplace, Leela's favorite, I'd learned from an old social media post. A novel on the coffee table, one she'd once raved about online. These things hadn't been there before. One evening, Ethan's sister stopped by unexpectedly. She brought hand-me-downs for our kids. In the kitchen, just us, she sipped her tea and said, "You know, I always thought Leela would be the one here." No preamble, no softness. Just the words delivered with a steady gaze meant to wound. After she left, I told Ethan. He shrugged, said his sister was hung up on the past. No outrage, no defense, no comfort. I asked about the photo. He didn't feign ignorance. "It's not a big deal," he said. "Doesn't bother me. Not a big deal." Something in me cracked. I began testing them, pushing to see how far their loyalty to her went. I brought a framed picture from our wedding and asked if it could join the hallway display. His mom's smile was strained. She said she'd find a spot. That was 3 weeks ago. It never appeared. Then I found a small album on their bookshelf labeled Family Moments. Alone, I opened it. Leela was in every memory, birthdays, trips, a Christmas morning. Not a single photo of me, not even from our engagement party. I was erased. I sat in our car, the album in my lap, breathing slowly, hollowed out. I didn't cry. That night, Ethan asked why I was quiet. I asked if he missed her. He looked at me like I was irrational. "No, why would you even think that?" I didn't respond. I already knew. Then at dinner with Ethan's college friends, one brought up Leela. "Saw her recently. She looked great. Have you talked to her?" I froze, fork suspended. Ethan didn't correct him, didn't say we're married, didn't say we don't talk. Just, "Yeah, she's doing fine." That confirmed it. They still connected, or at least he kept tabs. I stayed silent, watching him slide back into that old life, comfortable, unapologetic. I started checking his phone when he showered. I'd never done it before, told myself I trusted him, but that dinner changed me. At first I found nothing, no texts, no emails. Then I checked his archived messages. There she was, Leela. The latest text from months ago. Glad you enjoyed the book. Thought of you reading it. I scrolled, not countless messages, but enough. Polite, familiar, not innocent. He'd sent her photos of our cat, a sunset from our trip. One message read, "You'd love this spot." It's so you, that one stung. The texts weren't blatant betrayal, but they carried a quiet intimacy, a loyalty I no longer had from him. I saved screenshots, didn't confront him. I watched him closer. At his parents' again, his mom handed him a bag from the attic. "Old stuff of yours," she said. Inside were school papers, a worn jacket, and a photo strip. Him and Leela, 4 images, laughing, kissing, playful. He lingered on it, then tucked it away. His mom didn't react. His dad smiled faintly. I wanted to scream. Days later, Ethan was out late for work. I drove to his parents alone, claiming I was returning a cable they'd left in our car. Half true, they weren't home. I used the spare key under the porch mat. The hallway photo was gone. My heart raced. Then I saw it on the living room mantel in a new silver frame next to a jasmine candle. A price tag clung to the frame's edge. They'd reprinted it, replaced it. I stood there, a stranger in their home, then left without dropping off the cable. That night, Ethan kissed my cheek, oblivious. I decided then. I printed every screenshot, every text, photo, memory. I put them in an envelope, not for Ethan, but his mother. It sat on our counter for 4 days, my pulse spiking each time I passed it. I wasn't sure if I wanted her to open it or just know it existed. No, I saw their hidden truth. I added our wedding photo, the one she never hung. I delivered it one Sunday, telling Ethan I was meeting a colleague for coffee. I parked down the street, waited for their garage to close, then slipped the envelope through their mail slot and left. The next week, everything shifted. His mom canceled our usual dinner, claiming illness, a first with no reschedule. Ethan was baffled. I stayed quiet. That night, he took out the trash and lingered outside. I checked his phone. Leela had texted, "Your mom contacted me. I think we should stop talking." No reply from him, no panic, just silence. He sat outside for ages. I watched from the window, sensing something unraveling. He never asked me anything. 2 days later, his sister called, her voice loud enough for me to hear her anger. He stood in the kitchen, repeating, "I don't know what you mean." Later, I learned his mom had read the envelope, shared it with his sister, told the family that if Ethan couldn't let Leela go, he shouldn't have married me. A defense, too late. I started packing. No yelling, no tears, no scene. I packed while he slept, left the envelope on our bed with one addition, a printout of my lawyer's appointment. No note, just evidence. He called 5 times the next day, showed up at my friend's place where I was staying. I didn't answer the door. He texted one word, "Why?" I didn't reply. We divorced 6 months later. I took only what I needed to start over. He didn't contest anything, as if he knew he had no ground to stand on. I heard Leela got engaged to someone else. His mom cut him off for a time. His sister sent me a short letter, not warm, just saying she understood why I left. I kept it. I never returned to that house. I don't know if our wedding photo ever found the hallway. I imagine it there, a quiet rebuke. Sometimes revenge isn't loud. No fire, no shouting, no breaking things. Sometimes it's letting people unravel in the consequences of their own choices, walking away before the dust settles. If you liked this story, don't forget to drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you can catch all our future stories. We'll see you in the next video.